What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Fusion. I am your host, Joe Smith, and we're going to have a great show, a great conversation today. Fusion is all about faith and works. Faith and works. Faith without works is dead. It doesn't do you any good to have works with no faith, and it doesn't do you any good to have faith with no works. Now, here's the thing, though. It kind of doesn't work the other way around, because if you have works, you had to have faith to do the works. At least that's my opinion. So if you had the works, that means at some point you had to have the faith to start. But you can't have faith without works, and it's dead. It won't profit you anything. You won't grow. You won't move forward. You got to put works with your faith. If you believe God that you're going to be a doctor, then that needs to show in the classes that you take and how you study. You got to go to law school. You got to go to medical school. You got to get good grades in biology and so forth and so on. It's things you have to do that will show that you believe that you're going to be a doctor, and those things will pay off. So I just use as an example. If you believe you're going to be a successful entrepreneur, then you got to study entrepreneurship. You got to study people who are successful. You got to study people who got it and who are doing it and who got it going on. And so I'm bringing somebody on today that definitely has it going on, and he has a great story. He's come from a long way. And so I'm not going to go through any other preliminaries. Stay tuned after the interview so we can share some more information with you and give you a wrap up, and we can wrap it up. But without any further preliminary, I want to bring on my guest. His name is Brent Davis, and he is the founder of All Stars Logistics. And he's a successful businessman, and we're going to hear what he got to say. Great conversation. Check it out. Brent, I appreciate you coming on the show today, man. Welcome to Fusion.
Man, Joe, it's my pleasure, man. You know how we do it, man. I appreciate, being on your show, man. And, I'm saying it's something that I want to prosper for you as well.
I appreciate that. I received that, bro. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I know you got a lot of nuggets of wisdom to offer to people. So that's why I had you on here. So I want to just dive right off into it. Let's start by tell us a little bit about your company, All Star Logistics. All Stars, I'm sorry. I'm going to get it right.
With the plural. It's plural.
All Stars Logistics. Tell me a little bit about your company.
Well, first of all, it's something that my son, I think he named it a long time ago, though, and it was kind of prophetic, though, because, what I'm saying, we kind of like, my wife, who my wife is, Prophetess DeRay, and we kind of like put prophetic names on all of our companies, though, because, what I'm saying, we had like a large crew of people working, so we wanted them kind of like be the all-star team, so we named it All Stars. So at the beginning of the company, though, we started off, well, first of all, I could back up a little bit. I started off as a trucking company for maybe about 12, 13 years. Started off as a trucking company. I'm saying? We thrived at it. We grinded for about 10, 12, 13, 14 years at it. And then God dropped something else in our thing. And I remember you gave me a word about it. You walked up to me before anybody. You said, man, I don't know what this is, man, but it's like, I see somebody blessing you with some houses or something. I don't know what it is, but somebody about to bless you something with some houses. All of a sudden, man, I just get a phone call out the blue. Well, my wife got a phone call out the blue. Somebody needs some help doing something. So she talked to the people and all that. Then I spoke with the husband and things like that. Next thing you know, he needed a little guidance on how to do it. Now, mind you, I'm still doing trucking. So my wife was praying already. She was like, Brent, you've been handling the bills, blah, 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 for all these years, Now, I said, I really want something I want to do myself. So that fell right in her lap. So I was like, bam, well, he's a company for you. Because she really didn't have to do too much with the trucking. But when it came to the housing side of it, bam, it fell right in her lap. And right in her lap. And she just went to grinding. Grinding for years, grinding. Not spending a dime. She ain't like me. She didn't spend a dime. When I say a dime, man, I mean a dime for about a whole year. Every check just got put up. I'm still doing the truck, and I'm still coming over helping out on the housing part too, though. I'm getting out of one of the trucks that I'm driving, and I would come over and help out with the guys, just giving them wisdom, giving them nuggets on how let's to make this happen. And the process just rolled, bro. It just rolled, and it just grew like a snowball. It got so big at one point that we were so busy with our heads buried in it. Now, mind you, we pay our bills and we keep our credit straight. I don't want to say we was behind on bills. It was like we had to put the bills in the calendar because we were so busy that we wasn't really home. We just get the mail and just throw it down. And my wife was so busy at the time that she would work out in the field with us from 7 in the morning, and then sometimes we wouldn't get back to 6, 7 in the evening. And she would have to stay up 4 or 5 more hours doing paperwork. That's how busy we was at one point, though. Yeah. But it just grew, man. It was just the hand of God that did it, though.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tell me, where did you get your entrepreneurial instinct from? Like, when did that start?
Well, it started, Joe, as a young man, though. As a young boy, I ain't even gonna say a man, because like earlier on in my life, I was maybe about 9, 10, 11 years old. So I lived with my mother and my sister. My dad stayed out of town. He sent the child support check on. I had a good dad, man. Everybody want to blame their dad, their mom for their breakup, but I couldn't blame neither one because I'm a grown man. I never did blame either one. I never had nothing against my dad. My dad sent that child support check faithfully. I mean, faithfully. He's a good man. But anyway, I was started, I wanted more, even as a young boy. So about 9 or 10 years old, I used to have to cut the grass around the house. We had a nice sized yard. Well, what started off, we lived in the projects, then we moved. My mother got hold to some money. We moved into a nice house. Okay. So now we got a yard. So we had to buy a lawnmower. So I go out, I'm cutting the grass and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, some people across the street need their grass cut. So my mother, what she did, man, she gave me $1, bro. $1. I turned that quarter into $10. I took that quarter up because back then gas was a number about $0.25 a gallon or something like that. I don't know how much it was cheap. So I filled the lawnmower up with that quarter. When it cut them people grass across the street, bam, I made $10. I'm like, cool. $1 turned into 10. So I had a partner as well. He was broke as a mother too. Now he was broke than me, for real. But me and him got together, man, and we just built a little lawn service together. So he had a few customers, I had a few customers. We shoveled their snow, we cut their grass, we raked their leaves all year round. So we had us a little business going, and then we had paper routes. So God was putting this stuff in me, like everybody else had like one paper route. Me and him had 4. We had 2 apiece. So we was rocking them, boy. I'm telling you, we was little, dragging wagons with so many papers in them, man. All day Sunday, we'd be out collecting our money. I mean, collecting that money, and God was dropping that in my spirit then. I didn't know it at that time, but he was giving me, just giving me, I just had a hustle, though, and he put a hustle in me at a young age, though. Yep. And
so then even as a child, then you got that bug bit you. You like turning a quarter into $10. I'm sure that had to be like an adrenaline rush. Like, is this how this works?
Yeah, it was. It was like, man, now I had my own skating money. You know what I'm saying? You go to skate ring, you gotta, you ain't got no money for skates. So you gotta go rent a pair. They one going this way, the other one going straight. I got tired of all that type of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody all at the concession stand, you run around there drinking water. I'm like, no, something gotta change. So, what I'm saying? That $10 turned, I had my own skate money. I had to ask my mother for skate money. And being a brother, you gotta have a fit on. So you might, at least 2 fits. You wear one every other week, little crease in them. So I got me a couple outfits, had my little popcorn money, a hot dog, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? And had my bus fare. If then nobody give us a ride, we had a bus fare. So that just started the hustle right there.
And I brought that out because that's a principle. I want people to catch that, man. That you became self-sufficient at a young age through being a businessman. Yes,
I did. And like I said, I was able to pay my own way because I remember, man, being maybe in high school in the 9th grade. The work now we can't really deliver papers as much because we're almost too old. That's for the kids. And the grass, after raking the leaves, leaves only fall one time a year. So now the business slowed down. So now you're in high school. Now, you still want your clothes. Now I'm using that little child support check and whatnot. and then turn around as I use the child support check, you know, it's coming through, so it's cool. But now, you know, we got a donut shop across the street from the school. You can't get a donut. You know, I remember them days, Joe, seriously, man, where I wanted a donut. Everybody went to the donut shop in the morning. Those days I couldn't even get a donut. But, you know, it was like now, you know what I'm saying, I had some little slick people come around me later on. Well, I ain't gonna call them slick. I can't call them slick. They just was doing what they had to do. They wasn't being slick. You know, an older guy came around, you know what I'm saying, we seen him getting a little money here and there then, and he just dropped some in our hand, you know what I'm saying? And we were like, okay, now this could work a little bit. Now we turn, you know what I'm saying, I take the little child support check, turn a little $60 into something. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay, turn the $60 to about 180 bucks. Okay, we can make this work. You know what I'm saying? And then I got caught up in the, you know what I'm saying, the whole 9 yards after that. Just the whole 9 yards. Things just went really crazy then. You know what I'm saying? Things just went off the chart in the wrong area though. You know what I'm saying? It just went, you know, just haywire. But I did have the money because it's just the hustling. I remember growing up, I wanted to work at a plant or something though. All that went out the window. All that went out the window. I had more money than the plant was. So all that just went, and I mean, it's in high school. All that just went out the window. Now you ain't even really concerned with the education no more.
Yeah.
Now my mind ain't even focused on school, period, no more. Because I would say in the 9th grade, I did go to school. You know what I'm saying? I passed. You know what I'm saying? I played a little football, stuff like that. Because I was always into sports and stuff like that. I played a little football, things like that. But then when I got hold of a little money, then things started changing. I started running with the wrong crowds. Yeah, things. I mean, I was running with the wrong crowds. You know what I'm saying? Young Boys Incorporated out. I was never a young boy or nothing like that though. But you know what I'm saying? You're seeing that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing guys top 10s on. You know, got the little First Calvin Kleins on. You know, Adidas shirts. We going to concerts, gangs up in there. You know what I'm saying? They had it look. You know what I'm saying? You now I got some peer pressure on.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't just the little skate money no more. Now it's peer pressure. Everybody got the scooters and mopeds now. You know, and I want mine.
Mm-hmm.
So I did what I had to do.
Yeah.
Did what I had to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
But and people need to understand it was still an entrepreneurship mentality. It just ended up getting perverted.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people that's in that lifestyle, they don't realize like you really a businessman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Joe, I tell people all the time, man, if you can go out here and sell drugs, man, you can take a hamburger and flip that boy. I'm talking about having your own bag. I ain't talking about go flip one in for Burger King. Like I tell people, go work for Burger King. Learn what their rhythm is. See what's causing them to click. You know, see what's causing them, you know what I'm saying? Get up in there and read their business. Because every business I started under somebody else. Everything I did, I started with somebody else and I learned it. And then I tried to master it. And that's how I made it. That's why I tell people, if you can go out here and you can sell dope and all this stuff, you can count money. You ain't got to be highly educated. You don't have to be highly educated. You just get if you know how to count, learn. Like I tell people, if you got like if you're in a market, don't produce something that you like. You got to get something that people like. And so you know what? When you out there in the streets, you know what I'm saying, you ain't got to advertise.
Right.
Because if you got something good, people just come and get it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same thing on this side. If you got a good product, people coming to get it. People come to get it. That's why, like, even in the housing thing we did, long as we kept an A1, our work was A1, we was #1 on the contract. It's like the people I work for, Joe, was like, these people made $900 million 1 year. They had 6,000 contractors. And we was contracted a month before. And that's big over there. Out of 6,000 contractors, when I say we was grand. Our houses was perfect. Everything was perfect. Everything was perfect. And that money's good money though. When it's rolling in, it's good money. Yeah.
Wow. And you said something, I always say that, man. I always tell people that when you work a job, that's you getting paid to learn. Like, so while you there, figure out that business and how it works and the inner workings of it, and then do your own thing.
Exactly. That's how you got to do. You got to get in there and learn what other people learn. What you do, you learn from the ground level. Start from the bottom. See what the smallest man doing, and make sure, you know what I'm saying, when you start your own, make sure he doing his right, because he the key man. Just like working at a restaurant, man. If the dishwasher doing the dishes, man, if he nasty, man, people ain't coming back. People ain't coming back. You out here putting out nasty forks. You know what I'm saying? So you got to start from the bottom. People look at the dishwasher like he the worstest one, but he the one keeping the company going as well. So it goes all the way from the bottom to the top, and then you work your way up. You know, like our apostle said at one time, how he worked at, I forgot the club he worked at downtown. How he was the dishwasher and moved his way all the way up from the dishwasher, whatever, to valet or whatever he went through to being the manager of the store. That's how you got to work your way up. And then next thing you know, once you learn all that and get that paperwork together, man, the sky's the limit, man. Then you can have your own, especially if it's something that you like. That's another thing that people need to do. People need to do a business, really do something that they're passionate about, is what I'm saying. I ain't saying you got to like the product, but you got to be passionate about doing it. Because if people ain't passionate about it and lackadaisical about it, it's going to start crumbling. It ain't going to work. If you're all not in it, it's not going to work. And people have to learn as being an entrepreneur, man, you working harder than somebody with a 9 to 5, especially when you first get started.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember them days. I worked from days from 6 a.m. to, man, I'm talking, I get back, man, it'd be 10 o'clock at night. Everybody going home. That's why I say my wife was still working and will be back up in the morning with us going back out for years.
Yeah.
For years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were doing the other kind of entrepreneurship and you were with the wrong crowd. What brought you out of that?
What brought me out of it, Joe, I was tired, man. And I was tired. And God told me too. He said, I had 3 choices. Joe. He told me, you're gonna die, you're gonna go to jail, or you're gonna serve me. I was like, well, I think I'll serve you. The other 2 is not an option.
Right.
It wasn't an option for me. Because I have been out on the streets, man, Joe, from the time I was basically 15 till I was 30 years old. Never had a job. I had businesses, but I never had a job. I had a body shop one time, man. And it was called, I don't know if you ever heard of it, it's called Vet Conversions. It was on Schaefer and Linden. All the guys come to me, man. All the guys just come to me. I used to put like ground effects on Corvettes and buy rims and do paint jobs, man. And it was a good business, man. It was like I would do like a guy would come in there and spend, I'll say maybe $7,000-8,000. These street dudes spent $7,000-8,000 like it wasn't nothing. Man, it didn't cost me nothing but $2,000 to do it. $2,000. And they be to spend all this money on kits and all. It's just business though, because they would go down the street to somebody else and they was charging them the same thing. You know, but they had the money. They didn't care. Them dope boys didn't care. They had the money. What it cost? I just want my car to look like this. Man, they left out of there, man. They had Testarossa kits all on their cars. I'm thinking they had everything. Because I had them coming in there, man. Yep. And they were spending that money. And it worked. It worked.
Yeah. Yep. So even during that time in that period, you were still a businessman. Yeah.
I was still, you know what I'm saying? I still wanted legal business as well, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man, I paid taxes when I was out there, man. Because of the money I was spending. I bought all kinds of stuff, man. I had cars, man, and I don't like to brag about what I used to do, but I had cars, brand new, 560 Benz, paid for cash, brand new Corvettes, drop tops. I'm talking, I bought cars, the truck pulled up with them on and went in there and bought cash. So I had an accountant, and like he told me, Brent, one thing about the government, they want their money. They want their money. Because I had a friend a long time ago went to jail for tax evasion. You know what they told him? Listen, man, we don't care what you put on there. You could have put on there you was pimping, and then we wouldn't have came and got you. Because I knew guys that was gamblers. I knew guys literally that was gamblers, used to shoot dice all day. That's how they made a living. And I'm talking, they had real money, and they used to shoot dice all day. Them dudes paid taxes, man. They paid taxes. I'm right hand of God. Serious. They had real money. When I talk about they had real money, they had $1 million houses, man. These guys, man, had brand new cars, just like they wasn't in the streets. They weren't selling drugs or nothing. They was professional gamblers, man.
So you paid taxes while you was in the street?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I'm telling you. Yes,
I never heard of that.
You don't go and drop $50,000 on a car and don't think you ain't gonna raise a red flag. You walk in the dealership with $40,000 cash and don't think you're gonna raise a red flag. No, you're gonna claim this money.
Right.
You're gonna claim this money, bottom line. Somebody better claim it, or somebody gonna be in some trouble down the line.
Yeah.
For real.
Facts.
I had a cousin that was really on me, and you know what I'm saying? Me being young, they was robbing me too, though. You know what I'm saying? There was counts was tricking me out of stuff because there's things I didn't know. But you know what I'm saying? It people just know I do all type of things, man. I tell you.
Yeah.
All type of things, you know. But God called me out of that though. You know, one day I was I say maybe about in like 96, man. I was getting tired in about 95, 96. So about '96, man, I woke up and I noticed, man, I started drinking, you know, and I wasn't even a drinker like that. Started noticing myself drinking, and the next thing you know, I started drinking, 11 o'clock in the morning, I'm drinking because I was started having like anxiety on me. I knew something was finna happen. I knew something bad was gonna happen. I started seeing like my friends, close friends, close people lived in my house get killed. And I had this right around the time when Biggie and Tupac got killed too at the same time. All this was happening. And then I had when I say two close friends, they was my brothers. They was literally blood brothers. But both of them got killed within 2 years apart. The young one got killed first. And then turn around, me and the older brother was still hanging every day. So I called him one night. I was like, "What you doing tonight?" He's like, "Man, I ain't doing nothing. I'm about to hang in the crib. I ain't going nowhere." So I said, "Cool, I'm gonna stay here and chill with my girl then." So I stayed at home. I get a phone call next morning. He went out for a second, man, got killed. Wow. Man, that thing was on me for real.
Yeah.
It was on me. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was a tough guy, man. But God was letting me know, you ain't tough for real, man. No, you ain't tough. I'm the real G for real. God was letting me know, you ain't tough for real. I thought I was just this ruthless little dude. Because my mindset was like that when I was younger. You imagine somebody being 18 years old counting up $300,000. Where your mind at? Man, you about crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't like you in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Counting that money around legitimate people. You run around here with Negroes who just out their mind, 18 years old. Man, put my mind at a young age, But as I grew, I got like about 28 years old, about 10 years later, man, I started getting tired, man. I started being tired of everything. I started getting tired of seeing weed, just, because I smoke weed all day. I smoke more weed than Snoop Dogg. I was just tired of being high, everything, but I didn't know what to do. And then, you know what I was doing? I was praying the whole time. Baby. One thing about me, I would be sitting in a crack house, and before I go to bed, I pray. Wow. Literally, on my knees, praying, and just asking God to cover. But then when I got like I said, when I got like 28 years old, I was, exhausted. And I was praying to God. I was like, Lord, if you show me a different way, leave this alone. I quit. And man, I was hearing this record on the radio. Well, let me back up first. And when I was asking God to show me another way, he did. Now I asked my father, I was like, Pops, I want to get me a truck. Because I got some cousins that own a bunch of dump trucks. They owned a bunch of dump trucks back in the day. And they was telling me, we're getting like $1,200 a week doing this. I'm like, Lord, now if you help me get this dump truck, I'm going to be done. So I went and asked my father to put it in his name. Now I'm going to tell you something about my dad. Ain't nobody using his name. When I say no, you ain't driving his car if you ain't over 25. None of us got a chance to drive his car ever in life. And my dad shot me. He said, I'm going to do it for you. He said, I'm going to do it for you. So when I got ready to do it, he went in there, got approved for it and everything. Then I ran into one of my my homeboys that I grew up with. He was driving semis. So he was like, Brent, you know what I'm saying, man? You don't need to get in the dump trucks and get in the semis. I'll drive for you. I'll do blah, blah, blah. And that's how I started the business. Now, all this time, God's still dealing with me. And I'm hearing this record on the radio by Telly Riley. I think it was Blackstreet. It's Blackstreet. I think the name of the song is The Lord is Real. Yep. So God was dealing with me with The Lord is Real. And that stuff was penetrating me, man, because I was riding in the truck every day trying to learn the business. Man, that stuff, God was dealing with me. And that's when God told me I had them 3 choices, man. And I dropped everything.
So now when you said you was in the drug house and you would pray before you went to sleep, how did you know to do that? How did you know about God like that?
You say what now?
When you were in the drug house and you were praying before you went to sleep and all that, how did you know to do that?
Man, I grew up in the church. When I say I grew up in church, my mother was Baptist. My father was in the church. My mother was in the church. They was in the church. They wasn't full gospel, but they gave me a foundation about Jesus.
Got it.
They did get a foundation about Jesus. So when they gave me that foundation about Jesus, man, I never forgot it, man. I remember Muslims, man, wanted me to be Muslims and stuff like that. I wouldn't do it because they was in the nation, and these guys sitting up, I'm watching them eating bacon just like me. They beating on their girlfriends, we drinking together. I'm like, nah, because I'm faithful to whatever I'm working with, I'm faithful to it. So I'm like, I ain't about to be fake with it. So that's why when God saved me, I dove all the way in. I couldn't be fake with God. I was like, that's it. That's it. I couldn't be fake with him, man. I could not be fake with him. So I dove all the way in. I said, look, I'm going to serve you. I'm going to submit to you. You done this for me. And I promised to God, because I was telling God, I had to repent to God, and I told him, I'm sorry for turning my back on him. I told him that. Because I turned my back, because I knew God as a child. You know what I'm saying? I knew God as a child. I just got out there. Peer pressure. I wasn't even a bad child, man. I didn't have no rules, though. See, I was the baby, so I grew up with my mother. So I didn't have rules. I was the type of person, man, like how most children have a lot of rules, but I didn't have a lot of rules, though. So, like I said, my attitude wasn't bad. I wasn't a vicious child, nothing like that, man, just rebellious. I just got caught up, man. I just caught up. But like I said, God had already put that entrepreneurship in me as a youngster, And he shifted that thing, Joe, and God started. Now, how I started prospering in business is because I started listening to God. It ain't that God made me look smarter than what I was. Still today, he made me look smarter than what I am. But it was just God, man. It was just, I was praying. I was seeking God. I took the principles that Apostle taught, and I used them. I've learned how to give tithes. I learned how to give offerings. I learned how to do that stuff. But I also learned how not to sit there and just wait like something just finna come in the mail.
Right.
I knew that.
Yeah.
You know, like some Christian people back think they just gonna give a tithe and an offering, and God's gonna open up the windows of heaven and pour them out a blessing that they don't have room enough to see. He would do that for you, but you're gonna have to do something to make it happen.
Yeah.
And see what I've learned. Let me tell you how I learned this, Joe. What I did at an early age, I learned how to seek God. And as I sought God, I learned how to hear from God. And I learned to mark his voice when I hear him. I prayed and I worshiped God every morning, man. I mean, every morning. When I was driving trucks, what I did, I got up every morning at 2:30 in the morning. I used to have to be at work at 4 o'clock. I got up at 2:25 in the morning. I prayed, early for about an hour. I did this joke for about maybe 7, 8, 9 years. And I seek God and I sit down and I meditate because I need to hear what God got to say. And I heard what God got to say. And when God spoke to me about it, Joe, a situation, that's when I pursued it. And that's how I advanced in business. Because God told me, Brent, I'm going to give you this truck. I'm going to give you this. I'll give you this. So what I did, I got up, started praising God, thanking him for it, what he told me. Like the Bible tells us, if we delight ourselves in the Lord, he'll give us the desires of our heart. And God told me what he wanted to give me. And that's how I made it. He started telling me what he wanted me to have. So when God started telling me what he wanted me to have, that's when I started pursuing it. See, what be wrong with a lot of people, they start pursuing stuff that ain't even the will of God for them. And then they get frustrated. But see, you gotta get in that vein and stay where God wants you to have, because that's where the blessing gonna be at. It's just being in his will. And a lot of people don't understand that. Yeah. And when you're in God's will, you know what I'm saying, things start working, things start clicking. Because when God started telling me, Brent, I want to give you such and such trucks, you know what I started doing? I started praising God, thanking him for what he was finna do for me. And then I got on the internet and started trying to find trucks, drivers, and loads. I didn't just sit around and wait till somebody say, okay, Brent, come get this truck. And I made sure my credit was straight. Yeah. I worked on my credit. You know what I'm saying? God willing, I keep my credit straight. I don't play when it comes to credit, because people be talking about, a lot of preachers talk about, you know what I'm saying, they pay cash and stuff, and ain't nothing wrong with paying cash. But sometimes you need credit. It ain't nothing wrong with using other people's money. Right. I don't have nothing against it. Yeah. I don't have nothing against it, especially when I know I can pay it right back. Why take my 100,000 and put it out there? When somebody else use their money and put it out there, and I can have my capital somewhere else. If somebody will give me $100,000 to start a business, okay, I'll take the $100,000. I'll start and I'll pay them back. Yeah. You just invest in my money because you don't know what tomorrow gonna bring. Right.
So the thing that I like about what you're saying is that so you learned how to drive trucks and you were doing that, but you didn't just keep the mentality of, okay, I'm just going to be a truck driver. You said, I'm going to do a trucking business.
Right. That's right. That's what I did, Joe. I went from 1 truck to 5. Yes. And I ain't used no street money, none of that. No. I went from 1 truck to 5. I wasn't in no streets. I was saved, full of the Holy Ghost. Went from 1 truck to 5, because that's what God told me. I want to give you multiple trucks, multiple streams of money. And I went from that 1 truck to 5 trucks, man. And I kept it moving like that for like I said, maybe about 10, 12, 13 years, something like that. Yeah. And I made good money. And I had God gave me supernatural stuff, man, that other people didn't have. When I tell you he gave me supernatural stuff, Joe, it was at one point, man, where I was making I think me and my wife was bringing home about something like $5,000 a week, man, off one truck.
Mhm.
This is just one truck. This is just one, and that's something that he did. And
Yeah.
it wasn't nothing normal. It's just a door that opened up, and it come from just seeking God. God said, "What I want you to do, I want you to go over here, put a truck over here with this Ford account, because I had accounts with Ford, GM, and Chrysler. So I was running all this stuff through Ford, GM, and Chrysler at different times. I didn't have them all at the same time, but I had GM the whole time.
Mhm.
But then I got a Ford account. Oh, that's why I got that money with that Ford account. Yep, I was getting steady money with. Now the GM money stayed steady the whole time. Then I
Mhm.
got Chrysler accounts, you know what I'm saying? And I was mixing them in, and it worked. It
Wow.
was just a great. It's just a favor of God, man, that it happened. But I wasn't lazy either, and I had a passion for it, Joe, because I used to talk about trucking all day
Mhm.
because I had a passion. It was a passion. God gave me a way out, and I made it work, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. So basically you went from one truck to five, but I like what you said, because one thing I push heavily on here is that faith without works is dead. So even you saying when you got the word from God that I'm gonna do this and that for you, you got up and did something. You got on the internet, you kept your credit
Yep.
straight, you took steps to get to where God said he had for you to go. That's
Yes.
crucial, man.
Yes, because you can't just go. Man, people, this stuff ain't no. God ain't no hoax, no jinx, man. You just say this ain't magic, man. You don't just go to church and think you're gonna lift up your hands and praise God, and then you're gonna sow a tithe or an offering, and it's that's it. That no, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. I'm not saying God can't send you a blessing or a miracle. See, I don't want to live off miracles. No, because miracles don't come that often. Miracles don't come that often. Miracles don't come that often. I don't want to live off miracles.
Yeah. Want to live off
Yes.
blessings.
I don't want to live. I'd rather live off a continual blessing,
Yeah.
continuous blessings, and that's a continual flow of money. Like I said, a lot of people live off miracles. Need a miracle to pay their rent or mortgage every month. Man, that is not cool, man.
Mhm.
I can't flow like that. No, I can't flow like that. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't flow like that. And people should not want to operate like that.
Right. Right. So now, you made the transition from the streets to the business world. Did you feel any sense of intimidation? Or because I know sometimes when people are not used to a certain environment, they might feel, like people are looking down on them or looking at them a certain way. Did you ever feel like that, or you just went right
Now,
for it?
when you say people, what do you mean? Street people looking down on you, the business world looking
The
down on you?
business world looking down on you because you came from the streets?
Well, not really, because the people I did business with didn't know none of my business.
Mhm.
Seriously, they didn't know none of my business. And Joe, I would be in them meetings with people, man, with them people with all that money.
Mhm.
Joe, they be talking, I be sitting there listening to God. God be telling me what to say in the meetings, for real. I be sitting there talking to them people. I'm looking them straight in the eye, and I'm hearing God what to say in the meetings. And I never was intimidated by people when it came to business. Like them rich people that me and my wife sit down with the top people, and they told us they want to partner with us. And when I tell you, these people had $900 million, man, made $900 million that year. Man, I sit down with them people, man. Me and my wife went in them meetings, and we said we going in here with some confidence, because we didn't want. And I'm not president, but I'm not going to allow people to look down on me. I got to go, because I'm a grown man. And one thing about me, I am confident and I'm confident in God, and I'm confident in myself as well. You know what I'm saying? My strength is in God, but I have to be confident and know who I am. I'm not some weak little dude you just gonna be talking to any kind of way about some money anyway. You're not just finna, you know what I'm saying? I know how to humble myself in front of them people so I can get what I want. But I'm just not about to be talked to any kind of way either, because I'm
Right.
a grown man. So I learned how to conduct myself in them meetings. And I remember a lot of times we be at the meetings, my wife be kicking my foot under the table, making sure I say the right thing at times. Because she know me. She be bumping my leg like, boy, you better make sure you answer this one right. But we be both sitting there, listening to God. And she just straight up, man. My wife was when I say a powerful businesswoman,
Mm-hmm.
because I couldn't have did it without her either. You know what I'm saying? I don't take all the credit for this. I couldn't have did it all this without my wife. She knows how to orchestrate stuff. My wife is very, should I say, she know how to put stuff together and make it work and make it efficient and quick though. Her hand is like gold. You know what I'm saying? Some people know how to get money, but they don't know how to, it don't be organized money.
Yeah.
And what I mean by organized money, they just got a bunch of stuff coming in and floating in from everywhere, but there's no organization to it. And when I say you got money flying in, our money I don't like money flying in and there's no organization. And I can use this analogy. I would rather have stacks coming in. So you keep order, you know, it's order. You got stacks of money and not just money, just everywhere coming in, just sloppy. You know what I'm saying? My wife don't move like that. Yeah. She don't move like that. Cause I can get out of order like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just out there in the streets just doing stuff, just getting checks coming in. And not that I ain't paying attention, but she, you know, she the one to let me know, okay, bro, we gotta get some order with this. Now this, and this, we gotta keep this going this way, get this going this way, get this crew going this way, get this crew going that way. Because she said crews out there, and the crews is in order, straight uniforms. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person, if a dude come, he might not have his uniform shirt on or something. You know, I might miss it because I'm so busy. But she like, hey, where your uniform at? You know what I'm saying? I'm so busy trying to get everything else going, I might miss the shirt. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using that as an analogy. And it's times where I've done that before. But she's straight to the point. Hey, where your uniform at? You ain't even getting in this truck without your shirt on. You know, where your hat at? You know, she on that type of stuff. For me, I'm in the morning, I'm calm, make sure everybody here. I ain't looked at this one dude out of order.
Right, right. And that's good, man. That's so powerful that and all the men, if you're listening right now, he's breaking down for you how important it is to have the right woman by your side. And because she could have been somebody that just, she ain't helping you at all. She just spending the money.
Yeah. And my wife wasn't ever like that. My wife don't spend no money. That stuff my wife could walk around with, man, that stuff I had her about. My wife ain't all this. My wife ain't ever really been, and like I say, she ain't ever been, put it like this, Joe. If my wife go out and spend, I'll say $1,000, you best believe she made 20. She just one of them type of people.
Yeah.
My wife saved up, man, probably a couple $100,000. Ain't spend a dime really. Ain't spend no money for real. I'm talking about people know how we dress. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? They just things, but we saved a lot of money before we bought that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We went out at Gucci and Louis and all that Chanel buying all this type of stuff and was broke. You know what I'm saying? We bought this stuff. It was affordable when we bought it. To be honest with you, it was kind of affordable. It wasn't like we was, you know what I'm saying? People go out and make $5,000 and go spend $1,000 on a person. No, she wasn't like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, me, on the other hand, I came from, you know, something totally different back in the day. You know, I came from the street. So, you know what I'm saying? Making tons of money, just spending money, you know, because you're unwise then. You know, now when I became a grown man, I understood. I just started listening to my wife. That's what would be wrong with a lot of men, too. They be so high strung. Now, I'm not saying all men's wife like that, because some men's wives is silly. But when you got a good wife, man, you got to pay attention.
Yeah.
You got to pay attention, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men don't listen to their wife because they think they're the man. You still the man. It's like this in my house. Don't no decisions get final until I finalize. I don't care if it's her ideal. You still got to know you still the boss. So you don't have to beat your hand. If I got to come in my house, Joe, and beat the table and tell everybody I'm the boss, I might well leave.
Right.
Because I already lost your position. You got to be confident. Everybody in this house know who I am. Right. Everybody know. They know who the boss is for real. But I ain't bossy enough where I can't listen to my help. That's stupid. That's like not even paying attention to your computer. You know what I'm saying? Or having a stupid computer. You know what I'm saying? The computer, Google ain't dumb. Right. Google telling you to do something, you know it's right, but you're going to go do something different. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that. So I had to pay attention to that, you know, key words that my wife say, things that she do. I go with her flow sometimes because it's right. Now, do I got a right to say no? And I've said no before and made a mistake. I said no before and I'm talking about major mistake. Major. Stuff take a minute to come back from, you know. But then again, 9 times out of 10, one thing about my wife, and I can say 9 times out of 10, she right. I can honestly say that. Everybody can't say that about their woman now. I'm not telling every man to do this, but I'm just telling you what I got. 9 times out of 10, my wife right. For real. She right about the situation. Yeah. And she right because my wife is very inclined spiritually. Very spiritually inclined. See stuff way before it happen. You know what I'm saying? See stuff way before I see stuff happen. My wife already into next year. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on something for next month. For next month, you know what I'm saying? She already in next year. My wife told me something. Let me see. 3 months ago, about 5 months ago, it was in January, I think. Maybe in January, I was about to start something that I'm about to do now. And she told me, "Break the time ain't now. You gotta wait till the summer. I see it's gonna happen in the summer." And now it's happening today. Now I would have did it before COVID came. I would have did because I listened to her. I said, "Okay, I'm gonna wait," and I waited, and now the door is open. It's just timing, man. People got to know timing, man. People, your timing is very crucial. Don't miss your time and don't delay your time. Because one thing about it, God ain't got to come back around and give it to you again. And you know, you can't miss your time. You got to know times and seasons.
Yeah.
You know, times and seasons. It's very important.
Yeah. Now, what I'm hearing you say, and this is a business principle as well, because I heard you say it twice. I heard you say it about being in the boardroom, and I heard you say it about being around the house with your wife, that you have to be strong and confident and decisive, yet humble enough to know when to listen, how to respond, how to handle things a certain type of way so that you don't mess up. That's a principle.
It's a principle, yeah. Because see, when you haughty, man, like the Bible say, man, if you humble yourself, man, God will exalt you. You have to learn how to humble. The Bible tells us, me and my wife, we got to humble ourselves one to another. So I had to learn how to be humble because I wasn't humble, man. I wasn't not a humble person at all, Joe. I could my wife to tell you I wasn't humble at all. I had no respect for nobody. And when I say respect, I didn't disrespect people, but I was always thought I was above people because I had more than everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody I was around, should I say. I had more than everybody. I was always the boss. Everybody was always around me. And that's why I don't run with a lot of people no more. Because when I was younger, I ran with everybody. Now I'm a loner. I don't run with nobody. I keep my circle small. I don't be with nobody. Joe, I've been in this house, man. I don't run with nobody. I don't be with nobody but my wife. Literally, I don't. I don't hang with nobody. I don't have one brother I can say I hung out with besides one of my nephews. Probably. Man, it's been a while. I don't even remember the last time, man. I got a nephew who we kick it with. You know, that's about it. But other than that, I don't be with nobody, man. And it ain't that I don't like people. It ain't that I don't like people. It ain't that I can't be around people. But I try to stay focused. And it ain't that I don't want to be around nobody. It's like this, Joe. I always use this principle. I can run with anybody. Now, we standing on Woodward, and I'm going downtown on the bus, and you trying to go to Pontiac, I ain't coming on your side of the street, bro. I love you from over there, for real, from over here. But if you're going down, and now I don't run with you now. If I'm going downtown and you going downtown, you ain't gonna have what I have for me to run with you. We just gotta be going the same direction, and that's how I am. And I don't find a lot of people going in the same direction as me when it comes to business because I don't like business partners. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't like business partners because I've seen money come between so many people.
Yeah,
I've been in business before with two other type of business. Like I told you, every business I started with somebody. And every one of them didn't go bad. The first one with the trucking, it didn't go bad. We just went separate ways. I bought him out. And it was going bad. So I had enough money to buy him out so it didn't go bad. Now me and him could kick it on the phone every day. I actually talked to him like 3 months ago. He ain't doing what I'm doing. He's still in trucking, but he ain't on the level I'm on still today. Because his vision wasn't as broad as mine. He wanted to stay with this one little truck, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to stay on the ground, kept telling let's get some more. I know what God is saying. And he wasn't saved. I don't want to say he wasn't saved, but he wasn't hearing God like me. You know, he wanted to stay on the ground. So I'm like, okay. I'm like this. In business, even in the street, man, me and my partner was like, man, y'all gonna either get with us or we're gonna run you over. And we was like that. I had a partner I grew up in the street. He's the same way. Me and him had the same temperament. When the dude I told you about was cut grass and all that together, he's still a businessman himself today. And he 2 years older than me. He still have all his own business today, legally. Good business. You know, get dry good, everything. But the point I'm trying to make is me and him had the same mentality that when we doing business, we gonna roll with you. But if you moving, if you in our way or you going too slow, we'll run you over. We trying to tell you, come on. But if you ain't keeping up the pace, we're gonna run you over. And that's what I had to do with the big dude with the first business. I ain't gonna say I really ran him over. I bought him out.
Yeah.
I bought him out. I paid him good enough where he can get his own. I pay him enough where he can go buy a whole nother truck and start a business. That's how I paid him. And I took over that business and I added more trucks to what we already had. Now, in the other part of our business, as far as the house part, you know, everything didn't go well with that part, you know, breaking up with them people. You know what I'm saying? Things just didn't go well because there's a lot of money involved. I mean, there's a lot of money involved. And people get greedy. And people who I ain't, and I don't want to talk bad about, because I don't talk bad about nobody. I wish them the best of luck. But it just got totally out of control. And now we don't even talk. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't mad at them or nothing like that. But it just went sour, man. And that's why back to my point, that's why I do business between me and my wife, just me and my wife. I don't bring people in on deals. I try not to. And I haven't since then. Put it like that. I ain't brought nobody on a deal in probably 12 years. I ain't since 2000 and maybe 9. I ain't brought nobody in on a deal. Me and my wife do business together. That's it. We keep our circle tight. And like I said, I don't run with nobody. Because we got the same vision and the same mind. And me and her bump heads when it comes to business. You know what I'm saying? Because we think different. But you'll never grow. Because I seen you put up a post today, I think it was yesterday or today, that was powerful than a mug about if you don't get with people who have a different mindset than you, or it was something like that you put up, you'll never grow. You got to have a broad perspective. You got to see their side of the situation too. You ain't always right. And I understand I'm not always right. My wife ain't always right. But you got to see it from another person's perspective so you can grow. Yeah. Because when you can see the lenses of somebody else, then you sit back and you look and say, well, let me look at it through their lenses. Because when you're always looking through your own lenses, man, your own lenses ain't always right. Right. You can be deceived. You could deceive yourself thinking you're always right. And that comes with not being humble. That's when that humility come in. We got to start looking at other people, how they perceive stuff. And then if it don't feel good to you and if it ain't right in my spirit, see, one thing I've learned, Joe, and I don't want to talk too much, but one thing I've learned, if something ain't right in my spirit, I ain't doing it. I know when things ain't right in my spirit because I get trouble when things ain't right. I will get a trouble in my spirit when things ain't right. It's like the decisions that I make. If God ain't spoke to me about them, I don't do them. I don't do them. And when when the timing is off, I feel it. I feel it because something in my spirit ain't right. I start getting a little anxiety on me, and I know this ain't right. If I don't feel a total peace about it, I leave it alone. I leave it alone until the time is right. Till the time is right. It's perfect. This is what I'm about to do coming up in the future. I've been praying about it for 6 months, and God just told me to wait. My wife told me before the COVID to wait, and then God just let me know that now it's time. My wife was telling me, Brent, I think it's time. I said, well, I ain't heard from God yet. And then God finally spoke it to me. Because I do listen to God. I don't listen to nobody's voice over what I hear in my spirit when I know it's God. I don't care who said it. You ain't gonna push me out there until I know it's God. And when you tell me, if another person tell me, like our apostle, he might tell me something. Most of the things he tell me is confirmation about something God already told me. Yeah. It ain't too often he tell me something new. Now he gave me warnings about things to come, but I'm talking about something new that I ain't heard. Like I can use an example as far as like going to buy a house. You know what I'm saying? It's already in my spirit to do it. And then he also can come along and tell me he see a house or something like that. Yeah. And then I know that's my confirmation. But it's already because I'm a man to see God every day, Joe. I see God every day. When I say every day, my wife will tell you every day. I try not to take days off. Because I can't make it. I ain't that smart. I don't profess to be like I'm some general and know everything. No, I ain't that smart. I just know him, man. I know him and he make it happen. And he put the right pieces in place. The right people around me. Phone calls start coming. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. Yeah. And that humility piece is so key because, you know, what I hear you saying is that, you know, you're successful in business, you got money. It's a whole lot of stuff you could do, but everything that you could do ain't what you're supposed to do. Nope. So you got to hear from God to know, you know, okay, what's my next move need to be? That's crucial, man. I'm gonna tell you something, man. You can own right now. You can own, Joe, 100 Burger Kings, man, and they could be doing dollars, millions of dollars. You can give me one. That don't mean mine gonna do it if it ain't God's will. You can give me one of yours that's booming, and everything can crash. because it ain't God's will, and people got to understand that, man. So just because it's for somebody else, don't mean it's for you. You got to catch your own niche. You got to catch your own train. Catch your own train, and that's what I've learned. And when people bring me business opportunities, I've been, and I can say I've been out and talked to other people that's doing well in business, and I go over there and I get in their business and try to see what's going on, and it just don't feel right in my spirit. It looked good, but I feel it's something I could be humble enough to say I feel it's something I can't do. I could say that because I might not have a vision for it the way they do.
Yeah.
But when I got a vision for something, I'm good. See, like my wife has a vision for certain things that I can't do. You know what I'm saying? It's like another business I want to start right now, but I don't have a real vision for it right now. I don't. I know it's something I'm gonna do in the future, but God got to give me the vision to really make it happen. Because I just can't walk in there. I don't see it done.
Yeah.
Right now. Every other business I had to have a vision to see it done. It's like dealing with them houses. I walk in them houses, man, and my crew be like, how we gonna do this? Man, Joe, I walk in them houses, I already see it done. I remember my son used to work for me. He'd be like, Dad, I don't know how. Man, we got to do all this. And when it's done, everybody in the house just amazed. Because I seen it done. I seen it done when we stepped in the door. Yeah. I knew it was going to be done when we got in the trucks in the morning. Because I got to get it done no matter what. So I'm already saying, I don't care what it is. It's got to get done. I don't care what it is. Because the people I used to work for, they don't want, the people I had the contracts with, you don't give them no excuses. You get them, and that's with being a boss. You don't take your boss excuses. You take them. You take your boss. What you do, people gotta learn. You take your boss solutions, because that's what a job is. A job is for a person to create, to complete problems. So you go with solutions. You don't go in there telling them what you can't do. Them people, man, people got making $9 million a year. Man, they don't want to hear what you can't do. Right. Okay, well we'll call Billy Bob over here. He'll figure it out.
Right.
No, if I ain't know what to do, I didn't tell them.
Right.
I just had to figure it out. I just, I told them, it's gonna get done.
Yeah.
And, well, I'll be on the phone. Look, this over here, blah blah blah. We're gonna have to get this done this way, and it got done. It got done.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
I was just gonna say, it was a billionaire that just said that recently. I can't remember who it was. But they were saying, if somebody offer you an opportunity, even if you don't know how to do it, just say okay and figure it out.
Yeah, you got to figure it out. And I'm like that. But you have to have. It's like you got to have you got to get a vision for everything that you're doing, though. You got to see the end from the beginning. It's like how God created the world. He knew the end from the beginning, and when you can figure out the end from the beginning, it ain't nothing to do. You got to see the end of a thing, man. It's like what I got to do right now. A business that I'm about to start. Well, I'm already in the process of starting it, and I know it's gonna jump off. I already see the end of it. I ain't panicking about it. I ain't worried about it. COVID-19, man, gave me 2020 vision for real. People was putting that 2020 vision up there about some other stuff. Okay. Oh, I got some real 2020 vision now. Yeah, I've seen stuff shift in my life with this COVID-19. The whole world shifted. So I had to shift my whole pattern of thinking. I've been running for years, but God had to sit me down for a couple months, and I had to think about how I'm gonna make this happen. And it's working, man. I'm talking about God. And man, I don't even know, Joe, how this thing. I'm blessed right now. I'm just gonna be honest. And this ain't braggadocious. I'm saying as humble as I know how. I'm blessed. I'm happy. I got peace. I ain't worried about no money, because I know what God told me when this happened. I stood on what God told me. God told me, Brent, don't worry about it. You ain't about to be, thanks be to God, you ain't about to be sick. This is what God spoke in my spirit. He told me what to pray. And I had enough sense to keep my butt in the house. I ain't about to be Superman going out here playing around. You know what I'm saying? And I stuck with the plan that God gave me. I stayed in this house and I allowed him to tell me what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And I pray every day. I got up at I won't say the same time, but I got up around the same time every morning, and I see God. And he told me what to do. And he showed me how to make it out this thing. And he brought me out even better. I'm better. My life is better. Me and my wife life is much better than it was 6 months ago. Wow. I can say that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people can't say that. And they feel for the ones who can. But it's all a result, and I always point it back to God. because I ain't that smart.
Yeah.
It's just what he told me to do in this season. Because it is just a season, and people got to be able to discern the season that we in. Now we in a COVID season. So what we gonna do now? I ain't finna roll over and die. I can't roll over and play dead. I can't go kill myself. Things ain't nobody. Can't nobody tell me they business the same as it was before COVID came. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the same.
Right.
It ain't the same. It affected everybody.
Yeah.
It affected NBA. Man, this affected everybody. It affected everybody. So I learned what God showed me was how to shift. And man, Joe, my life is easy right now. I can honestly say, I'm resting. I got some peace and I'm resting right now. And money coming in. I ain't been nowhere since March 15th, bro.
Wow.
I ain't been out the house. I'm making money in my house every day. God showed me how to make money in my house. Keep my business going. I'm in my house making money. And I thank him for it. I don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that, man. Wow. That is so important, man. Like just hearing the voice of God and just being focused and being obedient to what he's telling you, man. That's crucial. It definitely, even though God will take us through seasons where he'll test us and try us to help us grow, but ain't nobody got time for unnecessary lessons. You ain't
Joe, I'm too old, man, for another lesson, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm too old. I'm too old for a whooping.
right.
Like I tell people, I'm too old to be broke. I'm allergic to being broke. I got too many responsibilities. I say that all the time. I probably break out. No, I can't. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a stage in my life where broke ain't an option.
Yeah.
Broke ain't an option. All this I got to pay for. You know what I'm saying? And it take God to pay for it. See, one thing I learned, Joe, I keep my faith up because God gave me everything that I have. And one thing I know about God, he ain't no Indian giver.
Right.
But I can't give it back myself either.
Right.
Like Apostle always say, it ain't about what you get, it's about what you keep.
Yes.
Yeah, what you keep. You have to learn how to keep what God give you. And like the Bible says, you know what I'm saying? You be a good steward, you be faithful with a few things, it make you rule over many. And I've learned how to be faithful with a few things. Not saying that I did, and I ain't gonna sit up here and profess that I've been perfect. I ain't done everything right. You know what I'm saying? I dropped the ball in my business before. I done been frustrated in business before. And say, I'm tired of these people. You know what I'm saying? Just tired, tired of employees, tired of the people you get the contract for, just been frustrated before, you know what I'm saying? But I worked it out in the end, though. My wife is like, when I'm tired, she got the strength. When she tired, it seems like I got the strength. We did iron sharpening iron. No, you can make it, baby. You can make it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's how we met. Yep.
So I'm glad you touched on that. That's one of the questions I wanted to ask you. What are some of the frustrations and challenges of being an entrepreneur or business person that you have to deal with, and how do you get through them?
People is the problem most of the time. If you got a contract where the money is there, you need people to solve the problem. And the problem could come with frustration, finding the right help. You got to have the right help. You got to have people who have your vision. Especially the main people, your bosses, your managers. They got to have the same vision as you. They got to have the same goals as you. When you find them type of people, life is easy. But when you got some half-doing Negroes or white folk, or whatever it may be, who don't have the same vision as you, that's why I hate hiring people that don't have nothing. I love hiring people who got bills and respect bills in their credit, because they're gonna respect their job. People with bad credit on purpose, I'm talking about on purpose, got money and still don't care. Just don't even care. Don't even understand credit. People who don't understand credit and stuff like that, they some hard people to deal with. Because you know what I'm saying, they spend their money foolishly. And they ain't caring about money. They don't have goals and aspirations. They ain't trying to go to the next level. So they're not trying to take your business to the next level. So when I bring a manager in, I try to take them and I show them everything that I could do for them if they do this. Like I had young guys work for me that was managers. And I told them, and my wife told them, we'll bring you in. One guy worked for us. Now mind you, he was living in projects when he started working for us. He was driving a beat up car. Rust all on it and everything. Car looked like it had cancer. I'm telling you, car was beat up. So I told him, he didn't even know how to put a hammer. He didn't know how to use a hammer, Joe. I started this dude from ground up. Me and my wife told him, you work for us, you ain't never gonna be hungry no more. You do what we ask you to do, you're gonna be straight. We showed him, and he was a hard worker. Imagine, he just didn't know what to do. We helped him get his credit straight, which he did it on his own because he paid his bills. We showed him how to get a place. Now, imagine this dude, when I say he was in the projects, this dude ended up having a house, not a house, but a condo. He was paying about $1,200 a month for. Imagine, he come from the projects. He had a $1,200 a month condo. He had a brand new Dodge Charger. He had probably 4 or 5 figures in the bank at all times. You know what I'm saying? He had money. He was doing good. He was shopping, you know, at the Gucci store sometimes. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't really a big Gucci dude, but I remember he went to the Gucci store a few times. And I was paying him good. I was paying him top dollar because he was good. I was paying him what he was worth. Now imagine when I started him off, Joe, and I'm right here in the car. I started doing it off at, I think, $50 a day. $50. Because he was at the bottom. I brought that dude up, man. That dude was making, man, over $1,000. He was making like $200 a day at one point. And then we just built from there. And he was making money. Now, one thing, he got so good, Joe, like my supplies and things like that, he was a good manager. See, when he wasn't the best. He didn't have the best people skills, but he had good business skills now. And we trained him from the ground up. And that's what you need. You need somebody who gonna push your vision the way you push it. Yeah. And that's where the main problem come from, is finding people who have the same vision as you. And it's good when you can get somebody and train them from the ground up and bring them in your circle, bring them close and promise them stuff and make good on your promises. Yeah. Make good on what you tell somebody. And then I've seen bad ends in business too when it comes to money too, in some instances though, because I don't like losses. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't like losses though. That's why I don't too much invest in nothing that I don't understand. I don't invest in too much that I don't understand, because I do studies like what I'm about to do right now. I've been studying this stuff for years, man. This ain't nothing new. I've been studying this for years. I've been looking. I mean, watching, for real, reading every day. I'm talking every day. This ain't nothing new to me. So that's why I say I've been studying for a while. It's something I know I can do, and that's why I say people have to get to that place, man. And to answer your question, that's the main problem. It's just people. It ain't the contracts and nothing. It's really the people. It ain't really hard to find the contracts when you understand where the contracts is coming from. Once you find out where to get the contracts at, it's the people. Because like you can go out right now. I can teach you right now how to go out and start a truck company, Joe. But the thing is, who you gonna put in the seat? Right. Who gonna solve the problem? Yeah. As long as you credit good, I can show you how to do all of that. But who you gonna put in the seat? I can take you from A to Z with this. But it's the people. But if you find good, loyal people, man, everything smooths up. Everything. Especially when you're dealing with an A1 company. When you're dealing with A1 people with the contract that don't play no games, don't cut no corners, are you good then? But I've dealt with crooks though. But you know what I'm saying? I've dealt with crooks before, and I had to get away from them though. You know what I'm saying? I had to get away from them. I had problems out of people like that before too in trucking. Made me promises. And I go out and spend all this money. I bought a new truck for a company one time, and they lied to me. Man. I was so mad, Joe. I told Apostle I couldn't come to church that night because my spirit was off. Yeah, my spirit was off, man. I was furious, man. I went back to the 80s. For real. My spirit was so far gone. I told Apostle I can't even be around you right now because I was just that frustrated. But then God worked that out for me too later on. I picked up some contracts somewhere else, man. And my wife told me don't do it. It's one of them instances where she told me no, and I did it anyway. Yep, it's one of them instances. I learned my lesson from that. Yep.
And in case anybody doesn't know, I know we got a lot of guests watching. When he refers to apostle, he's referring to our pastor, our apostle, Bishop Wayne T. Jackson and Dr. Beverly Jackson, who have definitely been great mentors to both of us, not just in the spiritual matters, but in business and just living and being honorable men and things of that nature. So shout out to Apostle Wayne T. Jackson, Dr. Beverly Jackson. Yeah. Definitely.
Yes.
So yeah, and I love that you know, that you keep, you know, referencing your wife and how she has been integral in the success of your business. I just want to go back to that and hit that again.
That's
'Cause
good. That's
that's
good.
huge.
We stay there. We stay there as long as you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so being an entrepreneur, and does it ever, because for some people it's unnerving to fly without a parachute, or you don't work for anybody, you have your own, you eat what you kill, basically.
Yes.
Does that ever, was that ever at any point making you nervous, or did it ever seem like, okay, God, you see me getting a little low, or did you ever go through
Now,
that at all?
now repeat that again. It kind of went out a little bit.
um did you ever in your entrepreneurship journey get to a point to where it was scary because maybe the contracts weren't coming in like they were supposed to, or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. There have been some nervous times where things didn't work out. Some slow periods. Yeah, it's some slow periods. But that's why I keep reverting back to God, because I go to pray. I go talk to God about it, and God be like, "I'm gonna tell you, God told me things like this, Joe. Them people love you. He didn't tell me things like that, and you're gonna be okay." So when I come out that board meeting with God, I go tell my wife it's gonna be okay. That's it, because I went to the board meeting and I talked to him who know everything. And once he tell me it's gonna be all right, I got to be all right with that,
Yeah.
no matter how it turn out. No matter how it turn out, if everything just crumble, I still got to be all right with it. When God tell me it's all right, when He tell me it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. I had to learn to keep my peace about stuff. Cause see, then when you start going through that, what you just explained, then you start making mistakes. Because what you will start doing is you start doing stuff. You might just do something out of character. You know, you know what I'm saying. You might even do something. I don't want to say illegal, but do something, cut a corner somewhere. And that ain't it. That ain't how you make it, man. That ain't how you make it. Cutting corners, and ain't nothing wrong with cutting corners when they ain't doing nothing illegal. When you cut a corner to make some extras or something. But I'm talking about just you start doing stuff out of character when you don't have your peace. You got to keep your peace. I always try to keep my peace before I move. I don't move out of, because you start moving out of your emotions, man. You start tearing something up, and that's the area where I had to watch my wife at, because she emotional. She an emotional being. So she started saying stuff, and I'll be like, nah, I ain't the right spirit. You coming there with me right now. Ain't gonna move with that one right there. So then now I have to, cause she an emotional being. So I had to like, nah, that ain't the right timing right there. No. Everything had to be peaceful when you move.
Mm.
It had to be solid when you move. And I've been in some times in business where it's been scary. Oh yeah, I've been in times in business where it's been scary in trucking, where the gas prices went through the roof. I mean, when George Bush was in office, the sun, man, things went crazy. When I started doing trucks, diesel was about 75 cents a gallon. When he got in there, it was almost $3. And the rates for the routes was the same.
Yeah.
They ain't changed. we still got to buy gas every week. So the profit is low.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you come whisper to me about some houses. You tell me you see some houses. Apostle Langston told me he's seen some contracts coming, and our apostle told me he's seen some things shifting in my business. And you the first one came and told me you seen some houses though. And man, that thing just took off. And I didn't even have to worry about the trucking company no more. It was running itself, but I didn't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worry about the gas and nothing no more, because God brought something just totally different in my life. Something I never even heard of. Never heard of this business. Never knew it existed. Never knew it existed. And I'm talking about making some real bread every day. I'm talking big checks coming in some weeks bigger than some people. Literally, some people whole yearly salary. Some people yearly salary was coming in a week for real, and we was working for it. But you know what I'm saying? We was working, but we had everything in place. My wife put a system together where it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It worked. It worked. Yep.
Wow, that's a blessing, man. And I really like what you said as far as how God has been keeping you even through this season of COVID. and how you've been able to rest, and things have still been moving forward and still rolling like that. That's encouraging to some people's faith, because it can be a scary time if your feet is not planted.
Exactly. That's the truth right there. Your feet got to be planted in the
Mm-hmm.
preparation of the gospel. Your feet got to be planted, because if you ain't rooted and grounded in God in this season, man, this is a crazy season right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's some none of us never ever seen before, man. God shut the whole world down, man.
Mm-hmm.
And people running around here scared. Some people don't even know where they're gonna get their next meal from tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Thank God I'm not in that situation. But some people don't even know where they're gonna get their meal from tomorrow. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people lose stuff, man, in this season, man. A lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? People nervous right now. Don't know what they're gonna do next month, man. Don't know what they're gonna do next week.
Yeah.
You know, people businesses is closed, man. I look at the big business like the theaters, man. They closed. AMC Theater been closed. I was over there yesterday in a parking lot, straight empty. You know, been closed for a while. Grass growing up around businesses. You know what I'm saying? I looked at, I think it's Logan's Restaurant. Man, grass tall as this chair I'm sitting in. Like, wow, that place been open since I've been living out here. Yeah, always crowded.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing in sight.
Wow.
And it's a scary time for people who don't know God, who don't have a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And some people drinking themselves crazy, just drinking themselves to death right now.
Yeah.
Getting high, trying to ease the pain. But that ain't gonna do it. That ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
People gotta get a plan right now.
Yeah.
And they need a God plan. I can keep it on God, 100 on God. People need a God plan.
Mm-hmm. Now let's talk. And you've been touching on it along the way, but let's talk about race, because you're a black man. You're a black man from the hood, but yet you have found your way to, being successful. And right now, it's a lot of, black people that feel oppressed and feel like they can't make it, and they being held down because they black, and the white man ain't gonna let you, survive, and ain't gonna let you make it. So, but how? Because I know your passion is helping men. So, what would you say to a brother that's got that in his head?
Man, brother, right now can't look at race right now, Joe. It's real. It's real out here. Don't get me wrong. Black Lives Matter, all that stuff is real right now. But you can't let that hold you back, though. You can't let it hold you back. Because there's some black successful people out here, man. It is. It's some people out here got some real money that's black men. And you do get stereotyped as being black. Real, just straight up. I've been blackballed even in my company just because I'm black. I literally know it for a fact. I watched it happen. I watched them take something from me. I watched a white dude in charge. Gave me all bad grades on purpose. I went and looked at these other people's properties. Their houses wasn't no better than mine, Joe. And right hand of God, he turns around, made them number one, put them in my slot. Literally put them in my slot. He turns around, he quit the company he was working for, who he give the grades to.
Mm-hmm.
The people he was grading for. He went and started working for this white boy that he gave my slot to. He gave me a bad grade, and then he went and worked for the dude he put in front of me. Took the job. He literally did that. I watched him do it. It's some racism out here. Oh, it's out here, and it's real. And he had the nerve to tell me, Brent, man, it's everybody got a little prejudice in them. He told me that before he took my stuff. He told me that, Joe, before he took my stuff. But you know what my wife said? Brent, I see two white men falling. And oh yeah, they fell. She told me. She said, I see two white men. She said, I see him. She didn't even know the other guy. She said, I see him and somebody else. This before he went and worked for the other person. She said, I see him and somebody else he gonna connect to. They're gonna fall. And they slept on the ground right today, Joe. And I ain't want to say it from doing it to me. God just know how to orchestrate stuff.
Yeah.
They slept on the ground right now. And they calling me, but I don't even pick up because I don't really have. I ain't mad at him. Now the one who orchestrated everything, he know not to call my phone. But the dude he worked for, man, him was cool. A white guy. I won't say he's cool. We was cordial with each other. Mm-hmm. We would keep each other up on what the company was doing to him and what was doing to me. Now he calling me hurt. But I'm not.
Right.
And he don't like knuckles for real.
Wow.
And my wife told me they was gonna fall. She told me a month before they fell. Yep.
So you don't let that stop you. You didn't let the racism and all that kind of stuff. You just see it as one more obstacle that you just got to bust through.
Man, Joe, you know what I did? I put a whole nother plan together. The one I'm working now, I told my wife, I ain't gonna worry about that. They gonna if God don't take care of that, I got something else to do. I ain't one thing about I'm always thanks be to God, God always had me one step ahead of the game. He keeps me one step ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Because they put their little plot out there and all that, but it didn't work. Because I still got that too. I still had that too. They tried it. It didn't work. It just pushed me to another level though. I need to send them a thank you card. For real. For real.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what's up, man. And I tell people that all the time, man. Like, you can't hyper focus on what's wrong. You got to look at the success stories and see that there's people out here that's making it in spite of the obstacles. They still doing it.
Yep. Because this racism out here, but black people got to learn. You got to get out of that thing where you constantly looking at the race, though. Do what you can do. You know what I'm saying? Do what you can do. Don't let nobody hold you back. Find a door, and once you're in it, man, keep your foot in that joker. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody slam it on you. Once you're in there, do what it takes to stay up in there. Because the door can't open for black people, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying, like, now they got people at the top that try to hold you back. Don't get me wrong, because racism is real. It's real. Because some people out there, them billions of dollars, they ain't letting brothers in there. You see, ain't no owners in the NFL. Them folk got that real money. They ain't letting folk in. But you got to work your way, because you look at people like, you know, Diddy and Jay-Z. They got a cap on them. They got the money to go buy an NFL team, but Diddy wanted to buy one, but they didn't give it to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's racism right there. He had the money to buy, I think it was the Carolina Panthers or something. He wanted to buy it. They ain't let him. They ain't giving it to him because they in control. Them white billionaires is in control. They in control. But you got to do what you can to do down here on your level. Get what you can get and start building, so we can get to that Diddy them level. Yeah. Because we can make it to their level. Because it's there. They did it. They was a great Jay-Z and Diddy is some good examples on how to make it. But Jay-Z made a record, and if I could use the word on here, nigga, he made a record, still nigga. Yeah. All the money he got, he still realized he's still a black man. He's still to them a nigga. Yeah. Still today with all that money. So it don't matter how much money you get, they still gonna look at you the same way, but you gotta push your way to the top, man. You gotta find ways to maneuver around them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You gotta work your way around the white supremacists. You gotta work your way around them. Because white men always think they're more superior than us. And they've been taught that. The new millennials is a little different. The little new young millennials, white ones, they're a little different. That's why you see them out there on out there protesting. They've been listening to them rappers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They connected to the little baby and the baby now. They hooked on black folk. You know what I'm saying? And they that's why they out there. Now them older ones, they ain't going out there. You ain't gonna too much see no older white man out there. Not too many. The millennials though, they love the culture of black people. If that rap music didn't do nothing, it got them. That's why they out there. Yeah. They ain't out there because they just love black people so much. That rap music drew them in towards the black community. It drew them in. And now they out there with Black Lives Matter signs. Because they have a different thought process. First of all, they rebellious and they tough as heck. Yeah. They ain't listening to nothing their parents say. Nothing no more. They ain't with all that old stuff no more. They ain't with granddaddy no, they ain't listening to that. This new millennium, one thing I can say about these new children, this new age, man, they got more heart than everybody. Yeah. They will kill somebody in daylight. If you put something in them right now, really put something in them, they can go a long way because they brave as a mug, man. They ain't brave as the older generation. These young folk ain't playing today. They ain't playing. You see what that young boy got killed the other day? He was stupid. Don't get me wrong. But he had enough heart in broad daylight with 4 other police around to shoot at one, like the other ones ain't gonna shoot you.
Right.
We wasn't that dumb. I wasn't anyway. You know what I'm saying? You got 4 marksmen standing there with guns.
Yeah.
Not the one that's aiming at you.
Right.
Not the one standing in front of you that you shooting at. You got 3 other ones, one putting handcuffs on one standing over here with a gun, one over here putting handcuffs on another dude, and you gonna try to shoot this dude and think you gonna get away with it? But this is the type of heart that they have, though.
Yeah.
They brave. They are brave. They are some brave. This new generation, if we can get a hold to them and really put something in them, man, they do anything. They can go so far because they ain't scared of nothing. Right. They ain't scared of nothing. They ain't scared of white people. They ain't scared of nothing.
Right.
They fearless.
Yeah.
But they just need a leader. They need a leader that they can respect. And if the rappers could really get in their head and really flip them over to something to a positive level, man, this world will be changed, man. This world will be changed.
That's facts, bro.
Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, man, I thank you for coming on here, man. You definitely dropped some jewels, man, and some wisdom and some knowledge, man, that people I think are going to benefit from if they take heed to it, man. This was a great interview.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you having me, man, and I hopefully, you know what I'm saying, this will help somebody.
Yeah.
And I pray that your podcast will continue to grow and flourish as well, you know.
Yeah.
And I pray that will help somebody, man, and you know, everybody can just, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think everybody going, you know, I ain't gonna say this world ever gonna be a peaceful world because it's just not. It's too much evil in it. Mm-hmm. But one thing I could tell our brothers and sisters, man, we can make it though. Oh, yeah. We can make it. We're gonna make it. All we gotta do is set our mind to it, get a vision, man, get a vision. And if you don't have no vision, man, you gotta seek God to get one. You just gotta know you gotta get in your niche, you gotta get in your lane and have a strong strong passion for what you're doing.
Yes.
You don't even have to like your product, Joe, long as other people like it. Yeah. It can stink to you. It don't matter. Just long as you like it. Yeah. Just long as the people like it. Long as people like your product. Mm-hmm. And just have a passion to continue to make it and make it perfect. Yeah. Make it perfect. Don't do nothing. People do something, you get half results. You get in it what you put out of it. That's it. Bottom line. My wife tell me that all the time. Because I was the type of person I could do something in a minute. You know what I'm saying? I can be honest. I would do something, but I got a wife that'd be like, Brent, you know what I'm saying? She'd bring me back up to speed. But no, we gotta get an A on this. Because if you strive for an A, Joe, you might just get a B. Right. But if you're gonna be C average, man, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get that D or that F. You know what I mean? So go strive for A. Strive for A. Strive for A. Strive for excellence. Because you might just be good at it. Yeah. But at least you strive for the excellence. A good ain't a fail. Yeah. And a C, strive for a C. Now you got a D, so now you're poor. No, we're gonna at least strive for that A. We're gonna push it to the max though. Yeah. That's what's up. And shout out to DeRay. Shout out to DeRay. Oh, yeah. I'll let her know. She stepped out for a minute. Okay. She stepped out for a minute. Yeah. Appreciate it, man. Well, thanks for coming on, bro. And we're gonna definitely have you back, man. Okay, well, keep me posted, man. And like I said, man, anytime, man. Anything I can do to help you, let me out. Let me know. All right, bro. Thanks, man. Okay. All right. Okay. Wow, that was an amazing interview. I want to thank Brent Davis for coming on and being a guest on Fusion. And I mean, he dropped some jewels, and definitely I want to talk about the humility piece for a minute. I remember a pastor told me one time, well, he didn't tell me, he was preaching, and he said, humility is a weapon against the devil. And I went out to him after the service. I said, Pastor, I was like, that's a powerful thing. Humility is a weapon against the devil, because when you're arrogant, the Bible says pride goes before a fall. And, you know, the devil always tries to keep us, you know, stuck on ourselves and arrogant and haughty and prideful. And he knows that if he can get us in that place, that we'll make dumb mistakes. We'll do stupid stuff. We'll do things that'll get us caught up, or to make us drop the ball, or to make us fall, or to make us trip up, or whatever. But when you're humble and you can take a step back and admit that you're wrong, or take a step back and listen, or take a step back and
roll with somebody else's flow, or take a step back, or pause, and or say that even handling a situation where you could handle it a certain type of way, but you use the wisdom to handle it with a certain amount of prudence, then God can bless you, man, and He'll open up doors on your behalf. Everybody thinks they're right. Everybody thinks they're the smartest person in the room. If you look in our society, everything is about I'm the best, I'm the greatest, I'm a diva, I'm a boss, I'm a this, I'm a that. Everything is about sticking your chest out. Everything is about showing off and being wonderful and being fabulous, and everything is epic, and my life is a movie, and everything is just nothing. If you think about society, if you think about social media, if you think about the world that you live in, there's nothing around you that promotes humility. You don't even hear that word. You don't even hear the word humble or humility coming out of people's mouths on a regular basis. Humility is just not a thing. Everything is about how popping you are, how hot you are. It's a hot girl summer. You never hear anybody say it's a humble girl summer. It don't have the same ring to it. True enough. But when you think about the fact that humility is just not a thing, yet it's such a powerful weapon, and being humble can cause you to avoid so many mistakes. But what happens is, because of fear, we think that humble means letting somebody walk over you. We think that humble means if you're humble, then somebody will take advantage of you. You can still be strong. You can still be confident. You can still be firm. You can still stand your ground. But you can also see what humility does is it helps you balance out when to be what. You don't have to be on 10 all the time. Humility will help you know, okay, 10 was cool for this situation, but on this situation, you need to chill out. And humility means you listen to that part of yourself that says, no, chill out on this one. Don't go ham like you could. And so that's crucial. That's so important. So I really appreciated that. And I really appreciated how heavily he leans on his wife, and how his wife is there for him. And once again, shout out to DeRay Davis and Brent Davis. I appreciate everything he said, and how he came from the streets into being a successful business person. And I hope that, tag some of your nephews and your cousins and, some of the people that, that you may feel like need to hear this, maybe even your brother or even your husband or boyfriend, let them watch this and let them hear a story, of a Black man who came from the projects, who is now, that was a nice house he's in. I know y'all couldn't really see it, but the man is blessed. His family is blessed. And now his sons are blessed. His son is doing really, really, really well. So it's being transferred down from a generation to the next generation. Listen, that's okay. We don't have to live in poverty just because our parents lived in poverty. It's okay to change the paradigm and shift the direction that your family is going in, and your dad may have worked at the plant. Just because he worked at the plant don't mean you got to work at the plant. You can own a plant. Change the paradigm, change the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Just because you went to rundown school, that don't mean your children got to go to a rundown school. Prosper and be blessed so you can send them to private school. We should be going up. Our trajectory should be going up. Change the dynamic, change the paradigm for your family. Declare that right now. No more in my bloodline. We're not going to have poverty in my bloodline. We're not going to have lack in my bloodline. We're not going to have my children are going to be doing better than I am, and I'm going to do better than my parents did. And some of you are already doing better than your parents did. And that's only glory to God and praise be to God, and honor to you for listening to the voice of God and making different choices and decisions in your life. I'm excited. Great interview. And one other point I want to bring out before I shut down is that, you know, when God's hand was on him and it was time for him to come out of the streets and get positive, did you hear what he said? He said his father was the type of person, nobody's going to use his credit. Nobody ain't using his name. But yet, because God's hand was on Brent, his father helped him. And so the lesson in that is some of you all defeat yourself before you even try, because you say, oh, that's not going to work, or they're not going to do this, or they're not going to give a black person a loan, or they're not going to give that contract to nobody, to a black person, or they're not going to do this, or they're not going to do that, or no, that would never work. When God's hand is on you and you are moving in the will of God, one of my favorite scriptures is in Proverbs, where it says the king's heart is in the hand of God and he can turn it however he want to turn it. So even though Brent's dad was not somebody who would go out on and put his name on the line and put his credit on the line for anybody, he did it for him. And so I want that to encourage you. If God told you to do something, he's already made the way. He's already made the provision. He's already touched the people's hearts that's going to be put in your pathway to help you get where you're trying to go. So don't defeat yourself before you even try. God got your back. He got your back. So don't be afraid. Don't defeat yourself before you try. That's so important. Where there's vision, there's provision. We say that all the time, but you got to know that and you got to believe that. If God told you to do it, he already got the pathway. I'm even talking to myself right now. If God told you to do it, he's got it already laid out. He's got the provision already made. The way is already made. Just go forth and step out. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Another great show. I thank God for all of the people that have been coming on board and helping out. With telling their story and sharing their wisdom and their knowledge. I don't take that lightly. I don't take it for granted. Listen, if you need to reach me, you can reach me at joesmithworldwide@gmail.com. Shoot me an email. Please send me your testimonies. Please let me know how this has been helping you and blessing you. Soon as we log off, go check that out. Go holler at me. Come holler at me. Come say something to me. I want to hear your stories. I want to hear your testimony. Okay. Even if you watch this on Facebook Live, go to my YouTube page, Millionaire Joe, and like and subscribe and follow, you know, and I'm trying to build my page up. So please go follow me, subscribe, like the video, and hit the alert so you can be alerted, and share the video with somebody else. If you want to be a blessing, hit the Cash App, Joe Smith Media. Like I said, if you don't, we're going to keep it moving, but I sure wish you would. Like I said last week, I ain't begging, I'm just asking. So, God bless you for tuning in. You know, the books that I've been sending you, giving you these books every week. So don't forget about those books. For those of you who may be new, Millionaire Moves, the 7 Proven Principles of Entrepreneurship, The Jewish Phenomenon by Steven Silberger, The Wealth Choice, Success Secrets of Black Millionaires, The Top 10 Distinction Between Millionaires and the Middle Class. I added another one last week, The Top 10 Distinctions Between Entrepreneurs and Employees. That's another good one. Both are by Keith Cameron Smith. The staples are Think and Grow Rich, as well as Rich Dad, Poor Dad. These are all things that you need to start reading to change your mindset and shift your mindset. Thank you for tuning in. And we'll be back next week. And until then, have a blessed week and a blessed weekend. And I'll see you